Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. This is Comics News Today, and we got ourselves a little guest here, which we'll be getting into right quickly, of course. But just want to say thank you to everybody for coming in. I see Eagle 43 is in here, Roger as well. And do keep in mind, check out our links down below, guys. We have my Twitter if you want to be on the show and get in touch with me. We also have our Fanspeak page over on Facebook, which is doing really, really well. And if you're not a member of that, please go over and check it out. But also, I know I'm supposed to mention all those subscriptions and like buttons and silly little bells, but we are live streamers, so the thing that helps us the most is for you guys to hit that share button and let your family, friends, and extended community know what's going on so they can come on over here and join us. Yeah. Now, of course, today we got our comics news, and in 2 hours we are going to be doing the fan edition of Drawn and Quartered. Of course, today is our 1 year anniversary, and we're looking forward to that. We are doing Big Trouble in Little China. It's going to be awesome. We got an all-star cast, by the way. So it's going to be some really killer art over there. And of course, we also have our draw along, which is impressive week to week. But of course, we're going to get through the comics news today. And first, and we do have a few news articles today, but we are going to be talking to a Indiegogo creator first, which we always enjoy doing. But before I get over there, of course, I want to come over and say hello to all the panelists we have here, which are many, as you can see. We do have a DeWolf with us who has a new icon. If maybe you don't recognize that, but we love him anyway. Hey, dude.
Hiya. First off, am I me or am I a robot?
You sound good today, actually.
Wow.
Clear
You just
skies,
never
sir.
know. Never know what's gonna happen through the airwaves. I'm doing good, and yeah, this icon, it's. I've been enjoying it. Been
It's nice.
starting to lean forward to putting it in all the other areas that I need to change it to, due to the imprinting of Flying Sidecar Press, with the help of my very own Ignition right here.
Mhm.
With this. So I appreciate what he's done to help me move forward with this, and of course everything else that we're going to be doing.
Awesome. Sounds good, dude. And I know you are up to a lot of things. You got your own projects you're working on. You're also helping with Indicom TV. You're kind of taking the reins there and cracking whips and such.
I yeah, I'm looking at doing possibly a little bit of instructional videos on what it is from the writer's standpoint, and maybe some people can get some pointers on how to do some writing for comics, because it's just a whole different world when you get involved from this particular angle.
That's true. And of course, your Ninja Assassin Black Ops experience will probably come in handy, I'm sure.
Yeah, yeah, we don't talk about that.
And
We
we
don't talk
don't
about
talk about that. Yeah, shh, don't talk about that. All right, thank you for very much for being here, DeWolf. We're also joined by George from Canada. George, what's the good word, sir?
It's cold and rainy in Canada.
Thank you,
It's a
George. Thank you. Yeah, he's our grumpy bear, and we're always happy to have our grumpy bear. We're also joined by Todd from IndieCom TV himself as well. How you doing, Todd?
I'm doing really good, and it's cold and rainy here too.
Wow, I got a nice rainy day myself. The world is raining. It must be Greta Thunberg's fault. Yeah, she's blamed us all.
It's nice and rainy here because that means it's cooled off slightly.
Oh yeah, well, the weather is cooling down here. It's certainly autumn is approaching. I think by next month, it should be at least tolerable here. I do live in a sauna, kind of like Dinale does. But we also have someone we haven't seen in a long time. A long time no see face is Tank Ferret. How you doing, dude?
What's up, party people? How you doing?
I'm doing really good, dude. Nice to see from you there. Eric Hawkins is over here saying hello, as is Cult Film Video. Hey, how you doing? And Sunny at 77 here. Oh, sounds nice, dude. But glad to have you over here, and I'm sure you'll have a couple things to add to our conversation. And of course, guys, we are also joined by the Denali Llama. Hey, dude. Namaste.
It namaste. It's hot. It's Florida. It's always gonna be hot, except for 5 minutes in the morning.
True. Yeah.
But I'm doing well. Working. I'm reading comics. I'm watching movies, and I'm writing. So it's all good over here.
Hmm. Are you prepared? We're going to be dead in 12 years. Did you know that?
I've been prepared since the moment I was born.
Oh, there it
Ah,
I've
is.
been
There it
checking.
is. Nixie says, "You climate change deniers, you ruined my adulthood." We shouldn't laugh. We shouldn't laugh. It's sad. It's very sad. But thank you, Nick. In Florida, it is crystal clear heat. Sweet dude. It always
Mhm.
is though.
Mhm.
That's Florida, you know. And I'm pretty sure it's because Jehovah is down there. The Jews have brought him to their new promised land. So good on you, Florida. And yeah, that was a Jew joke. Take it.
Florida man strikes again.
Yes, there it is. Yes, yes. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. But anyway, guys, we also have ourselves a guest, and we're going to jump right into it. We're going to get into this project here, and the first thing I want to do is say hello to you, sir. And you are. This is Gilly here. He's a creator of several things, it sounds like, but he's currently working on Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, or GROM, which is in itself a cool name. So how you doing, dude? Welcome to Fanspeak.
Thanks for having me. It's awesome to hear you say Grom. It was just that made
Grom.
that made it right there. Thanks for having me, man. Awesome.
Cool, dude. And we love talking to creators over here. And this is you guys are going to be impressed. This is a pretty cool looking project we got going on here. So the first thing we always do, Gilly, is when we talk to people, we have two questions when we meet a new face. First of all, how did you get into comics? And second of all, how did you find the indie revival community?
Interesting. The way I got into comics is just I wanted to create stories, man. I'm like, I guess Dinale here, that he's like into everything. The same for me. And I've just been tired of just, boring movies, boring stories, stuff that just like, you know what, I want to do something. And comics for me is just the pinnacle. I see it as a cinematic blueprint. So if you got a good idea for a comic, and you have a visual impact right away for your story. So for me, it just seemed to go hand in hand with storytelling. It almost seemed like it's a must. And then as far as the indie TV, I heard through Twitter, I got the invite, and I'm glad to be talking about Ground with this community. I'm really excited about it.
No, that's cool, dude. And we're certainly happy to have you. So this community in particular, you found through Todd and his IndieCom
Yes.
TV. Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Oh,
Todd
wow.
at IndieCom TV. He actually reached out to me, and the way he reached out was pretty cool. He's like, "Listen, your book's awesome. Are you available?" And me, when I hear someone say, for me, that's flattering. I love to just show my book off, because that's what we try to do with crowdfunding, right? It's just the problem with crowdfunding is trying to always find more eyes to see your stuff, and that's always the hardest thing. So when you have someone reach out to you and saying, "Hey, I want to check out your stuff," it's a great helping hand that I appreciate. So yes, Todd sought me out, and I'm grateful for it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Even before that, when I was seeing work,
Mhm.
even as back as 3 weeks ago, I was sort of retweeting and sharing out, because you know me.
Yeah,
If
I
it's good,
noticed. Yeah, the
yeah, if
avatar.
it's
Yeah.
good, if it's something I can get behind, I'm hoping that I can help it by doing very little, is just retweeting. You know what I mean? That's not a hard thing to do, and that's kind of what I encourage everyone to do. And everyone has heard me say this 100 times. You know what? We're the machine, and it's hard to do it alone. So
That's
anyone
true.
who retweets,
For
then
real.
it gets seen in their, how many ever followers, at least the followers that they interact with, right? The people that they see daily. So at least you get another,
Mhm.
say, 300 people or so, you know?
Sure.
And every time somebody does that, it's just like, a pyramid. It keeps spreading.
Yeah, and of course there are other people in this YouTubers in this community that you should definitely. Todd can be very helpful for you. Get on to them, talk to them, and spread it more and more and more. I haven't didn't check how many days you have left, which I'm going to jump over and look at the project right now. But
Mhm.
you should definitely do more of this. And speaking of that, let me go
Will
over
do,
here and
yeah.
share my screen, and let's go take a look at the Indiegogo page, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Todd, I appreciate it. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Gilly, what you want to do here is if you
Mhm.
just white box me on the Hangouts, you'll be able to see what I'm showing the people. Okay,
Okay, white box. I'm trying to find you. Okay,
there
gotcha.
we go. All right, so
Thanks.
here we go, guys. This is Indiegogo. This is Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, Volume 1, a sci-fi space opera inspired by the always awesome Saturday morning cartoons of the 90s. The 80s were better. Sorry.
They were. I just didn't have enough word count. I wanted to put 80s, /90s, but
No, that's cool, dude. So, all right, well, go ahead and introduce us to this story here, this comic, and as you do so, I'll go through and I'll just
Mhm.
show the page, man.
Yeah, I guess the best way to describe Galactic Rodents of Mayhem would be pretty much to just think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Star Wars having a capybara baby. Pretty much is the best way to describe it. It's something new based on everything I loved as a kid growing up, which was nostalgia and everything. So new stuff based on the good old stuff. And it's a big book. It's 110 pages. So you're getting a lot of quality artwork and you're getting a great story. Um, Something I like to say, it's a graphic novel. It's basically a Saturday morning cartoon on roids from the 80s and 90s, jam packed into like this 110 page graphic novel. So if you like an anthropomorphic anything in your life, you're definitely going to enjoy Galactic Rodents and Mayhem. There's a lot of references from Star Wars, from video game culture, also from other anthropomorphic popular series that was out during our time as kids that I'm just subtly inserting in there in a cool story.
Well, the first thing that came to my mind actually was Hip
Mhm.
Flask, dude. You ever read Hip Flask, the comic book?
That one escaped me. It seems like I should know about it, right? Hip Flask, tell me about it.
Well, it's a really good book. I love a lot. It's got some
Mhm.
other ones I can't remember the names of them offhand that are connected
Okay.
to it, but it's a world unto itself. And there's
Nice.
basically a mad scientist had created anthropomorphic creatures and using them to produce children so that they would sell on the black market is what they were doing.
No, this
Uh,
is crazy.
and yeah, and
Wow.
the government came in, the big battle, shut it down, and then of course they had to do something to all these anthropomorphic creatures, so they basically gave them
Yeah.
citizenship, and the book takes place well after that, and you're following a hippo detective who's
No
called Hip
way.
Flask.
I
Yeah,
love it.
it's pretty
I'm
cool.
sold. I'm Googling this thing. I'm definitely gonna get it on this one. Thanks for
Pretty,
sharing that.
no, it's pretty awesome. And like I said, there are many other series that are involved that have different names. I just can't
Mm.
grab them right off my head. But
Well, that's a good
the
place
art
to start. Yeah.
is what caught my
Well,
attention actually.
well,
Nice.
one thing they do over there in this book is that he's well connected. Obviously, he used to be a editor. I mean, a letterer for mostly every single book ever. And when guys will fill in. They do fill in issues. Basically, when guys have a month or so of time, they'll do one of these issues, and he ends up getting like A-listers. The art through it is not the same person,
Mhm.
but it's always somebody you go, "Oh, I recognize that guy. How did he get over here and do this?"
Yeah,
And it's usually
yeah.
just it's friends of friends kind
Oh,
of thing.
It's called
you know what? You
Elephant
know
Men.
something?
I
I
apologize.
saw.
Elephant Men.
So Hip Flask.
Hip Flask is like
I've
a
seen that.
spin-off of it. Yeah. Elephant
Yeah, I've
Man is the
seen a
main.
cover though. I've seen the cover though in my local comic shop, and it would like I drew me like but it was sealed, so I couldn't like kind of flim through the book. But I'm
Oh,
buying it
it's
now.
very adult, dude.
Now that I
It's
know what you,
very adult.
yeah, I'm buying like
Yeah,
literally like I'm buying it like
yeah.
tomorrow.
It's cool though.
Going to
I
my
love
because
it.
I see it. Yeah,
Yeah, and it definitely
nice
has a connection
recommendation.
to
Yeah,
what you're doing, and that's cool. And that's a good thing.
shoot, I love
Now,
the
the one
way.
thing I've
Yeah.
noticed off here right off is
Mhm.
this is not only a colored comic, but it's 104 pages, dude.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna have some heft to it.
Yeah, it is. That's impressive, dude. And you do have a little bit of blurb here in the overview. It says, Galactic Rodents of
Mhm.
Mayhem is an off the rails, edge of your seat, deep space sci fi adventure featuring your soon to be fur favorite, capybara bounty hunters. After a hefty
Mhm.
$100 million bounty is suddenly put on their heads, Bash, Ripple, and Mona Lisa embark on a deadly cat and mouse game of survival that pits them against the menace of Dark Raider.
Mhm.
Awesome story and art, jam packed into a colored 104-page graphic novel. Gilly DELTREZ and Sebastian Navis. Tell us a little bit about Sebastian. That's your artist, right?
Yeah, he's an amazing talent that I was fortunate enough to find through DeviantArt because Lair was like a dark story and I wanted a certain style and I saw some of his line art and I reached out to him and then from there we started talking. I was able to kickstart Lair actually and then I brought it to Indiegogo for a print run so I can actually do my first convention as an exhibitor. And then I'm like, okay, now we got to do something fun. and that's when I didn't know, like I knew I wanted it to be like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the beginning and how it was like the space lore, and then with the disappointment of Star Wars, I'm like I kind of want to tie some Star Wars Galaxy of the Guardians, Guardians of the Galaxy vibe to it. But the key was the animal. We needed the animal. That was just like which animal we're gonna use, and then that's when Sebastian was like, he sold me on this. He's like, let's do a capybara, and I don't know what the hell it was. If you guys know what it was, I never knew it. I never heard of a capybara until I spoke with him.
Well, I'm
And
an
he's
old
literally-
guy. I like nature shows.
So I had no clue what a capybara was. I Googled it, but he sold me on this. He's like, they're the most chill animal. They get along with every freaking species except snakes, obviously, because they're the predator. But he said crocodiles. And when I Googled it and I saw all these pictures of crocodiles that I knew weren't Photoshopped, that was it. I was sold. I'm like, it wouldn't work without them being capybaras, to be honest with you. Like, it wouldn't be what it is. That gave me the fuel to make it 104 pages. Initially, we wanted 40 pages because of budget and everything else, obviously. But again, I couldn't contain the story. It's just like I had to let the story be what it was. And it came, I'm like, okay, well, that's what I'm going to do. And it went to 104 pages. And capybaras, you got your space capybaras.
I like the name, too. Galactic, Rodents, and Mayhem. That's important, dude. It's a good name. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm having requests here from the chat.
Yeah.
They're asking, can we see Dark Raider?
Oh, shoot, man. You're not going to see. He's like, you know what? Now, I think I should show him. I'm going to talk to Sebastian to see if maybe if you follow me on Twitter, I'm always putting art. I want to see if we could do like a concept of him, because the best way to explain Dark Raider, he's kind of like Darth Vader in a way. Mm-hmm. Now, just picture Darth Vader leading like a military, like, I don't know what kind of, it's just a military. So basically, Dark Raider is the head of space. Space is Space Police Authority and Command Enterprises. So he's a good guy, but there's a deep, deep, deep connection to the capybara's father figure, which is a gecko, and he's a gunslinging gecko, a tri-wielding gunslinging gecko. Okay, you could do 3 guns at once. I'll leave that for the imagination of the furry community, maybe.
Oh, the tail. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Not even I would, you know what? Good guess, but not the tail.
Whoa! All right, fine.
I'm just gonna say it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, he has a real dark history with the Dark Raider, and there's a lot with this book. It's gonna be fun, guys. And I want to tease Dark Raider, and I think I might have to, with considering there's 20-something days left in the campaign. I think we need to do that. So whoever mentioned it in the chat, I'll make sure we get on that and share it out. He has a distinct look, for real.
Well, Joshua, if you could do me a favor, please. You see his name I got up on the screen here. It's GILLY DELTREZ. If you could go find his Twitter and throw it up in the chat, please. Thank you. All right. So let me see here. I'm just having our moderators get on. He says, "Oh my, he's on it." But looking at the art, and we're getting into some of the color stuff here. This is not only well drawn, it's also well colored. Who's doing your coloring, dude?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get a great talent for the colors. His name is Tiago Barca. One of his main crowdfunding credits on Kickstarter is Few and the Cursed, which is a supernatural awesome cowboy series. So he was referred to me by my letterist, who I've worked with on Lair, and our initial colorist who we wanted to use. He had some health things going on and he couldn't commit. And I'm like, hey, we got it. But then we got the referral and we were so glad, because forget it. It just adds that depth and layer to the story, just with the colors. It's that cherry on the sundae.
It's really well done, actually. It's really good coloring, actually. I'm assuming you agree with me, Todd and Tank. Tank.
Oh yeah, of course I do. Yeah.
Well, Todd and Tank are our resident artists, so I kind of lean on them for that. But
if you don't know who the Few and the Cursed is, that's a great book in itself. To get at someone that's coloring that book, that's really cool, because this guy's fantastic.
Dude, we've seen a lot of projects here over the past year that have had their coloring fail them. I mean, and hurt them, I think.
Yeah.
This is very well done. Don't you think, DeWolf?
Yeah, I have to totally agree. I can't. I'm looking through this, and when you're looking at, I mean, the art itself, what I find interesting about the art is that it has two things diametrically opposed with each other, and that is kind of this comic nature of the characters themselves. I mean, come on, right? They're animals running around and stuff. But then there's this sci-fi portion where you've got the spaceship, where you see the city. That is very very specific, right? It is it looks like hard science. So you got hard science with this soft cartoony characters living in it, and that is attractive to this genre of this kind of 80s 90s. Matter of fact, I think it pulls off, like back in those days, even the science wasn't like this. It didn't look hard, like you could actually get a hold of this tech. And even the ship itself is almost looks like two different forms of things that I used to watch back in those days, kind of Robotech-y with something else thrown in there on top of that. So the ship looks like two different things put together, while you've got these characters that wouldn't normally fit, but they seamlessly are working in it. And I like that as far as this art goes.
That's cool, dude. We also have a comment from the man, the Mutt Man, and he says, "Is this comic all ages, or does it skew more adult?" As you
Let's just say
answer, I
it's
am showing Jessica, rat lady. So just so you know.
Jessica, yeah. To be quite honest, I hold on to that T rating. It's like borderline. It's kind of like if you just flick a hair, like we're hair over line, it would be mature in the violence portion of it and in the subject matter. So I would say, if I have to say age, I would say 13 or 14. You know, a mature 13, just because I mean, I'm being generous here. It's not full out mature, but there's I'm not holding back on the violence. I'm just not. But yeah, so I want to say 14. Yeah.
That's cool. Thank you
We
very
even
much,
got a rating.
Joshua,
I think
for
if you
doing
scroll
that.
down more, we got like a rating. Yeah.
Oh, you
Thank
do?
you.
All
Yeah.
right. I'm getting over there. Thanks, Joshua, for doing that. And John Dillard's here, and he has a question, or has a comment, I guess. Is that a tapir?
Cool.
A tapir in a Jessica Rabbit dress? No, it's a capybara.
Capybara, yeah.
Oh,
They're
look at
very
that.
awesome
That's kind of
animals.
cool. Sniper Viper. Ooh.
Yeah, we got a duo. They're the Sniper Vipers. That's just one concept, and they're going to be part of the bad guys. Robo Shark is another one. We're going to have fun with this.
Hey, you got some write-ups here. We got Bash. He has a file number. He is a capybara species, occupation bounty hunter, and combat specialist. Oh, nice. Fun fact, never saw anything that scared him. We have Mona Lisa. She loves slicing and dicing metal stuff. Okay. And we got Ripple. Now, Ripple is, he says he wants to be an intergalactic rock star. Sweet. This is their
like
ship,
Booster.
Rosie. Yeah, it is like Booster. Yeah, exactly. Burning Rose, aka Rosie. Nice, dude. Nice looking ship design too.
Yeah, that was Sebastian all the way. He did everything on the ship.
Look a little bit of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle crossover here with some fan art.
Yeah, that was cool. That's some good fan art. Pretty cool. When other people put their spin on your creations, it's just so cool.
Yeah. Well, you know what you should do. How many days you got left on the project?
23.
23. You should go over and talk to Pixel Trader and see if we can't maybe showcase you on the fan edition Drawn and Quartered. I think this would be an interesting subject matter.
Oh wow,
actually.
that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Wait, you're gonna give the concept of furries over to all of the D&Q guys?
Sure, and I'll invite John Malin on for the day. It'll be wonderful. Right?
I would, hey, whatever you do would be cool. I would just hope you wouldn't, kind of veer into, uncharted territory where I can't come back from.
Oh well, the fan edition Drone Recorder is PG-13 plus. So I'm sure that
plus.
Muttman says, who did the graphic design on the character cards? Love it. Yeah, they are pretty good, dude.
Yeah, I was the letter I had. He's like, listen, I'm doing this for you because normally he would charge so much. He's like, but he does this as his real job, but he went a little extra for setting up my campaign, which was, as you can see, was much appreciated. Thank you, my man, for noticing that because it was awesome.
It is nice. Well, the whole
Yeah.
page
Great
is set
setup.
up.
Yeah.
This is how you make an Indiegogo page. This is a beautiful page. He's also
Yeah.
got buttons, and he's got bookmarks. He's got sticker sets, and he's got pin-ups and all kind of stuff prepared. So
hmm
yeah, it's good looking project here, dude. And like I said, this is how you set up an Indiegogo page, guys. This is how you do it. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go
Mhm.
over and I'm going to take a look at your trailer. So there's a question I have
Oh,
for
nice.
you. Okay.
Yeah.
The question is this: am I going to like it?
The trailer,
Mm.
I want to say you're gonna love the first minute
Yeah.
and a half. That's just me. I mean, especially since you grew up on 80s, so there's definitely a power anthem inspiration there. That's just me. You're gonna love it.
All right. Promises made. Now, here we go. I'm clicking it. It's a long one. Okay, it's got a little bit of Cowboy Bebop entrance, a little bit. All right, who did your music?
I teamed up with this guy for Lair, the soundtrack, and I told him what I needed for this, and I wrote the lyrics out, and he just exceeded my expectations. Zalin Talis, ZVPT music on Twitter.
Awesome.
I wish I had the budget for animation. And yeah, you can skip the in there.
All right. Nice little logo there, which we're seeing up here. And then we get the talking head. The talking head is coming.
Gilbert DELTREZ
Yeah, you could skip the
with
talking
you.
head.
I want you guys to know that I am so excited about my new campaign, Galactic Rodents of Mayhem. Bada boom. Basically,
Oh, wow.
it's everything
So
I
New
love
York,
in
dude.
comics,
I'm so
all the
glad
goodness
there's not a
I
New
remember
York
growing up as a kid.
cap on your head.
Ninja
That's
Turtles,
all I got to
Star
say.
Wars, video game culture,
I
everything
God.
only have
Smash
one
Roll
Yankee
into
cap.
this concept
Maybe I should have more,
featuring
but just the one. Yeah, I figure I like the Grom cap better, to be honest.
Well, you have made some money, dude. You're about 38% of your of a fixed goal. Now,
Yeah.
which is meaning you want 10 grand, I guess, is your goal.
The goal is actually in full transparency. The goal is 15,000, and that's going to cover the full artwork for 104 pages, and a print run. And shipping would be, I mean, like, so let's just say if we just made the 15K, shipping would be an expense that would have to be out of pocket, a big sacrifice that I do. But of course, if we make it deep into stretch goals, then we could equalize. Would be great. But it's a big, ambitious project. So I'm trying to give you a binge watching experience, but a binge book experience. So when you get
Right.
your book, it's 100 pages. You could just get lost in it for a good while and feel like you got a good chunk of story, and we can do the next volume.
That is a big ask, dude. I hope you get it. It's a
I
great
hope
looking
so, yeah.
project, though.
Yeah,
Definitely,
if
you guys
not,
should go check it out.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
not, I'll just give up. I'll just cry and just be beside myself. I'm just kidding. I have a plan if we don't fund where I would probably bring it back and have it just black and white, with the color being a stretch goal. But let's see. Hopefully we can get it done.
I see. There's a scroll video too, which the
This
universe
is my Star Wars inspiration right
is
here.
endless. The planets
Yeah.
sprinkled across its nebulous canvas are nearly limitless.
Oh boy, I love it.
Home of the many numerous animal species of its existence. For each unique world distinct to its own race, there are tenfold that are havens to melting pot populations. Many of these co-inhabited worlds are cesspools riddled with danger and lawlessness. Very few are thriving epicenters of shared life. It's very loud. However, order is regulated by space. The Space Police Authority and Command Enterprise. That's cool, dude. That is cool. Yeah. All right. Well, I think it's a good looking project, man. I really like the art. I love the concept. I think it's well marketed. It's well put together. The graphic design is amazing, as my man had said. It's a great looking project, man. And
I appreciate it.
yeah, now I'm going to jump over and we're going to do a little bit of news first, and we'll come back at the end,
Yeah,
of
yeah.
course, and do perks as we always do, guys. But before I do that, would any of the panelists like to ask a question or make some comments here to Gilly?
Yeah. Just one real quick question.
Mhm.
Who's the better Titan? Starfire, Raven, or Cyborg?
Wow. I would say Starfire.
Wow.
Oh.
God.
That's the right answer. It really is.
No, it is not. It's Superboy.
Superboy.
That was
I
a
like
loaded
Cyborg, but
question.
I don't know. It's just, I mean, I'll go with Starfire
Welcome
on
to
this
the
one.
silliest debate on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, I want to discuss the video because we
Yeah.
just got to see the video, and there's a lot of really bad types of videos. You know, normally we just say don't even worry about a video. You know, show some art,
Right.
just put pictures up there. I can click those. I'm gonna scroll down, and don't worry about a video because I'm not really gonna watch it anyway. This one though, the music catches you right off the bat,
Yeah.
and it once again it screams that old 80s 90s. And then you have the artwork in the video itself is really good. It complements the brightness of the colors. We've already talked about the colors. That's good. And then the flashy little blings that happen, where it's not really animation, but it gives you that effect. And I commend you on the production value of how this video, this little trailer, turns out. It would be, I think, better if you could cut off just the front part, and leave the discussion and stuff later. I mean, that right there is just a cool little trailer from YouTube. And then on another
Yeah.
side note, Chester had mentioned the little cards and the write-ups and the bios. But I think what makes those even more flashy and they stand out is the little circular kind of the Iron Man motif of the hologram-esque going on there, where there's a computer, there's little tabs. You have the same thing. I'm not sure if I've seen it very often, where you have the products and the perks that I can buy, but behind that is a background with little grid lines, little
No,
circular things.
that
Like
was
there's a,
all him. He nailed it. He went beyond it. He
that
had
is
that vision.
excellent.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that in very many of the campaigns. I'm definitely just stealing this idea, filing it away, saying when I develop my own,
Yeah,
I
for
want to
sure.
use that background concept on how that looks. It looks amazing. Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
Well,
I'll give credit to Davison. Yeah, he did a good job there.
you do have a comment here from the chat. Cult Film Video says CG needs a monthly floppy release. This could be that if it doesn't hit the fixed goal. I got Gilly's last two comics and they are great. Well, there you go, some endorsement.
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
now,
good. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, I think what's going to get harder is, kind of crowdfunding floppies. Crowdfunding 22 pages is going to get harder when you see some of these guys come from the pros and they're going to be doing crowdfunding and they can do 20 pages inside of 30 days, so they'll crowdfund quarterly and it'll be about 60 to 80 pages, so it's going to get harder. The competition
It
will
will, because
change.
I believe you on that. Like, you'll have a lot more pros coming in, which is this is what it's what it is. So I'm hoping to kind of get some kind of credibility as far as someone who's not been a pro but always wanted to make it into the publishing, into being published by the big two or whatnot. But that road is, I'm like, okay, I got to just do my own thing, literally.
Well, dude, there are more and more pros come over here to the indie revival, dude. It is happening.
Yeah.
So we've had big names come over. I think the most recent one was Billy Tucci, right?
Yeah, Billy
Yeah.
Tucci was he had his a good thing going on. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, well, it is something that's growing, and you got a catchy looking project here. With the music in the video, though, the trailer,
Mhm.
I would suggest. Have you ever seen Firefly?
Yes.
Mm,
Awesome show, Nathan Fillion.
yes, that theme song was coming to my mind when I saw the project. I wasn't expecting glam rock.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Mm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah. But
I did I just had the lyrics down and I kind of wrote it in a way how I wanted it,
mm,
I guess sung, I guess, and he put everything together. I couldn't be more impressed though. I didn't expect that. You never expect to be floored. You always feel like, okay, this is cool. It's like, okay. This was like, wow, okay.
yeah, cool, dude. And I'm just curious, who's the shark?
Yeah, he's just Draco the Shark. He's gonna be special, dude. He's a badass. He's a bad guy, and he has it in for our capybaras. There's a connection there, and also he has it in for on the left that Gecko Eastwood dash Han Solo. He's a father figure to our capybaras, so he also has a lot of bad blood. If you like him, this isn't even his final form. So he got two other forms that you're going to see in the book. And just me with my fascination with sharks, I had to put a shark character in here.
Well, he looks a lot like I made a character in the Champions MMO. I don't know if you know about MMO video games, but
Yeah,
Champions
for
came out
sure.
after, of course, those guys broke off of the City of Heroes. And
Mm.
in Champions, I have like a very high level character there, and he's called Johnny Reef, and he looks just like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Could you screenshot that?
I would have to go start stuff and do a whole bunch of stuff, but
Uh,
trust me, he
no,
looks
I
just like
believe
that.
you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Johnny Reef, one of my favorite characters. He
That's a
breaks
cool
things
name
with his
too.
fists. It's awesome.
Nice.
But this is a great looking project. Now, Dinale, you have any comments you want to make here before I jump over to the news?
No, I think it's a pretty solid campaign.
Looks
The
good.
art, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
All
all
right then.
about getting the word out.
It is right.
Yeah,
And
that's true. It's just getting eyes. I'm still a little guy. I'm a small fly trying to just make some ripples and waves.
okay. Now
Small fish, I mean.
I'm going to start our
Yeah,
news here, and it's unfortunate Booster's not here because he would love the first news of today.
Oh wow.
Now,
No, no.
Right. So this is from Vogue World.
geez.
Ezra Miller unleashes his wildest look yet.
He has his makeup spelling out the word slut on his face, and we know he lives on a polyamorous goat farm. So, oof.
Yep.
Wow, and he's got dead
Cheating
animals
on
on
his-
him. He's cheating on his goats. Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, Ezra. God. But all right, I'm going in. I'm doing it.
Jesus.
Mm,
No, it's not Johnny Reefer. It's Johnny Reefer. No, I'm doing it, Todd. No complaints from you. Oh my God. Oh no.
No,
Those
these
shoes
are
do
so-
not go with that outfit, Ezra. What are you doing?
What?
Just so
Yeah.
you know, Gilly, Ezra Miller is an
Yeah.
official mascot of this channel. Just so you know.
I wouldn't say official.
No, it's official. I've made it official. But
Oh,
Saint Laurent, he's doing some fashion here. I just
Mhm.
love the white pasty legs with all the hair and the horrible silver boots. It is so Ezra, and he's a slut. Just so you know, he's telling you he's a slut. Yeah,
mm.
it's really bad. That's the worst I've seen him do. And what did they say with that? Let me read that top of that again. Ezra Miller unleashes his wildest look yet. Dude, it looks like a retard. What are you talking about? This is not a good look. He's actually had some pretty stylish looking things actually. Ezra can be stylish, but this is not that. Wow, Ezra. Taylor Swift, we don't need her. No, none of that.
Yeah.
None of that. That's it? We only get one shot? Just one
That was
shot
it.
of the Ezra? Oh, I feel
don't
let
think-
down.
I don't think we can handle any more Ezra than that one shot.
Come
Drugs are
on.
bad. Okay. You shouldn't do drugs. Okay.
Yeah, right. This is a really bad look, Ezra. It's It's really bad. All right, moving on.
Can I say it?
Yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
give
Go ahead, say it.
the DeWolf opinion?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Ezra, just one thing. God loves you.
God loves you. Yes.
That's true.
Yep. Yep. And John Taylor says, "Where
Well,
were all
that
these
that
sluts when
helps.
I was in high school?"
I mean, that helps. I could just. Oh, okay.
John. Hey, we got Edwin in here. He says, 1 year anniversary of D&QFE tonight. Yes, it is, dude. We're going to be getting to that soon enough, a little over an hour. Thank you very much. Hope you come in and say hello. But right now, we are admiring Ezra Miller's new look. So, appreciate the Ezra. Appreciate the Ezra. Cult Film says, I just looked at my screen. WTF. Next. Oh, we have Disney news. Todd is going to be very happy. Go ahead, Dinale.
Right. This is from the Hollywood Reporter. They broke this last night. But they are reporting that Star Wars shockers, Marvel's Kevin Feige is developing a new movie for Disney.
And who's going to be his lead? Who's going to be his lead? Do you know?
Brie Larson.
Brie Larson in Star Wars, being led by Kevin Feige. No, just claps.
That is amazing.
It's genius. It's genius.
No.
It makes sense why she was at Star Wars Galaxy wearing all the Jedi robes recently. They were just setting us up.
They were,
Just
dude.
get ready.
They were. And, I mentioned this to my wife this morning before she left the house, and she said a bad word. If you know my wife, you know that's very rare. It's like twice since I married her.
Yeah. But what it sounds like is that nobody wanted the job, and they paid Kevin Feige a lot of money to take over Star Wars, basically. And you're going to see in the future, we're working together, and Kennedy had a wonderful 7 years, and it's not time for her to step out and get a new opportunity. But Kevin Feige, he's a diehard Star Wars fan, and he's going to take the leadership reins because he's has all the connection and everything that qualifies him as the president of Lucasfilm.
He is very capable. He is capable.
Right. And if it was pre Kevin Marvel, pre Endgame, I would have been jumping for joy, but I don't know.
Well, they don't mention
that.
Yeah, they don't mention this in this particular article, but the fact that he is bringing Brie Larson with him to do that. Now, I'm kind of curious. We could speculate a little bit on that because, excuse me, we know that Marvel, or MCU, is balking at having more Brie Larson. We know this, right? Because of all the, I think it's more than just the fan backlash. I think it's simply working with her, because we could see how many of the people working in the Marvel movie there really didn't like her. Right. So I'm kind of wondering if he's kind of dangled a deal to her to kind of pull her away from the MCU and get her into something else. I'm kind of wondering if there's some of that going in the background,
Well, that's what those contracts are usually about. You sign a 3-picture deal. It's like a studio deal.
It was a 5-picture deal, by the way.
Okay, but it doesn't have to be Avengers. It doesn't have to be. It just has to be movies that are made by them. You know what I mean? So this might be a way to get her out of the Marvel universe.
You guys excited for her jumping in on the Star Wars?
No, obviously not.
I'm so disappointed.
Although I'll say this in a rare defense of her, that you know what, she's such a flat actor that she might actually be a good Vulcan or Reserve Jedi.
Maybe. She's not a very good actress, though, is the problem. If she was a good actress, it really wouldn't matter. Exhibit 1, Chris Evans, right? He's a horrible SJW, right? But he's a good actor, so we kind of forgive him for it. But she doesn't have that going on for her. Dillard says that Brie Larson in Star Wars is an even worse idea than letting Chester name a YouTube show. John, you can go straight to hell. Straight to hell, double twice, sir. Coffee Akihabara is a great name. My wife came up with it. Now those are fighting words. I got my dukes up.
He wasn't talking about Comic Akihabara.
What was he talking about? Fan speak? All right, whatever. All right, moving on. Now, this right here is very interesting to me, though. because we just had Rian Johnson's Knives Out come out, and we looked at the trailer and we talked about it a bit, and it reminded us very much of kind of Clue. It felt like it was Clue, right? But it sounds like Jason Bateman is doing a reboot of Clue. What's going on with this dude?
Interesting.
So basically, he's in talks to actually direct and star with him, with his buddy Ryan Reynolds with a Y, not with an I. And they're looking for more friendly family products that they can dish out, especially now that Fox is with Disney. So they're looking for more of that sort of things. And I mean, it's kind of interesting what they can do with this property if they do it right. I mean, Clue is all by what? Just a caper at the end.
Well, it's a mystery comedy. Well, the way it was done is a mystery comedy, and it was one of those sleeper hits, right? But you had something to say, George? No, George?
I did.
Oh, you did. Go ahead, Tank.
No, everything's fine.
Yeah. You know, I don't think of it as like a reboot or a relaunch or anything. I think of it as a new game. Because it's a board game, and it's a fun board game to play over and over again with different outcomes and different playthroughs and whatnot. So I think it's very fitting for this day and age of electronic consumption, where we like to consume the same thing different ways over and over again.
That was sarcasm, I'm assuming. Yes.
Yeah, there was a bit of that in there. A little bile on the tongue.
A little bit,
but
a little bit. Yeah.
So.
Well, see, once again, this is a big problem. The same kind of problem they have with it. Tim Curry touched that, and you're going to be hard pressed to get beyond that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, whatever. You guys like Christian?
Dinale
what's his name?
Khan was in the original. I mean, come on now. It's tough. That's
Jason
tough.
Bateman.
Jason Bateman, yeah. Do you guys like Jason Bateman? I mean, everyone seems to like Ryan Reynolds, I guess. But what about Jason?
I like Jason.
I think I like him better than Ryan.
I like him. I don't know why I like him a lot. And I know he kind of has this, was it like the asshole face they call it, or like douchebag, maybe aura. I love all his work, man. I don't know. I like him as an actor. I liked him in Ozark. I don't know if you guys seen that.
No.
No.
Really
Yeah.
good. Ozarks?
Yeah, it was worth it for me. I think he's a good actor, and even when he's being a douchebag, he kind of could be likable in a way.
Well, he does it well, right?
Anyway.
He does it well.
Yeah, he's just great.
He came out of a movie a couple of years ago called, I think it was called The Gift. Or something like that. And
something with Team Gordo and Gordo.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was pretty good, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my. Yeah, I like that movie too.
But I don't know. This is kind of a non-news, I think, really, because it's like, when is Hollywood going to learn we don't want any more reboots?
Clue is kind of like, I mean, I think, what was the one with the train? Wasn't there one with the train?
There's a couple. Throw Mama from the train, maybe.
No, no, the one that had like a the one that had like a Clue vibe. Was it like the Murder on
the Murder on Orient?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about Agatha Christie. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was actually a good movie.
Yeah,
which one?
Like Kenneth Branagh?
With there are many. Oh, the more recent one,
like 2 years ago. Yeah.
The one that has our girl Daisy Ridley in it, and it was all right. The earlier ones are better though. You know, and actually the movie version with Perot in it, I can't think of the guy's name, but that was the best one, I think. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I'm totally with you there, Chester. I was about to say that is the best one that we got that had the actor who played Poirot.
Yeah, it was really good.
Perfect.
But you know, whatever. More of the same. I got to pick it up a little bit here. No, I don't know. I don't want any of that. So basically, you're telling me I can't. Let's do like this, maybe. Oh, I see. So okay, we're not doing that news. All right. What's this Warner Brothers thing here?
Oh, basically, all the crazy are up in arms because they feel like some guy will snap, and it got even worse that the U.S. Army are sending out warnings about this film. It's kind of hilarious.
Now, is this
This is
true
what
though? Did the
mass
U.S. Army
hysteria.
actually send out a warning about incels? That sounds like it's not true, dude.
I hope it's not true, but it's
That's
hilarious.
crazy.
What
What
did you?
I miss the days when a rated R movie could be like a rated R movie, right?
Right. And
Now
Tank,
there's so
you're
much
trying to say
criticism.
something, dude?
Yeah, now this is a prime example of artificially induced mass hysteria. There's no problem. There was no problem. They manufactured one, and then now they've got a few
Yes.
people up in arms, and those people are, and it's just, it's insanity,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is hilarious because it's a Joker movie. And the
Oh
irony
my
is not
God.
lost on me.
Without Batman, no less.
Yeah, make a Joker movie without Batman,
Yeah.
and everybody loses their minds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is what it says. Team posts on social media have made reference to involuntary celibates, extremists replicating the 2012 theater shooting in Aurora, Colorado, at the screening of Joker movie at nationwide theaters.
Mhm.
This presents a potential risk to DoD personnel and family members, though there are no known specific credible threats to the opening of the Joker on 4th of October. And this is from the HQ Military Material Command G3 Protection Division security message.
Mm.
And I'm like, a lot of spelling errors on that one. But if it's true, it's I have to just shake my head. You know, a movie is a movie is a movie is a movie. You can't attribute one guy's action to everything.
Well, everybody here is virtue signaling off of this movie right now. Wow, no, the military sent an internal email
Yeah.
threat, worrying about credible threats, though. Credible threats.
Yeah.
Wow, that is insane, dude. I love how Walmart and CVS are saying we gotta get into gun safety, and it's like, yeah, well, who buys a gun at Walmart? I mean, honestly. But although you can, I think, or you used to be able to. But damn, dude, it's so insane. It's like that debacle going on with that Greta Thunberg girl, right? It's complete hysteria. It's complete bullshit. There's nothing true at all about what they're saying. It's disgusting and sad and layer upon layer of other comments. But they just lost their damn mind, man. I mean, it's like the thing, with Trump leading them around by their nose and them saying we're going to impeach, and then of course it comes right back in their face immediately, right? These people are losing their damn mind. It's a freaking movie. It's a movie the Europeans loved, dude. They throw a reward at it immediately, right? Immediately. So whatever. I mean, God, these people, man. All right.
They're ruining rated R movies. I'm telling you, this is crazy.
Well, that guy who dressed up as the Joker and went and shut up that theater, was he an incel? I do believe incels were years later they started using that word.
Right.
Yeah, good point.
It sounded like he had a mental breakdown, and he decided to, take out his anger in a negative way.
Well, actually, to be more specific, he was one of those, which seems to be pretty much all of them. They do those kind of thing. Who was on mind-altering drugs, and not the type that's illegal, the legal ones. He was on pharmaceuticals.
Yeah, copious amounts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Copious amounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good point, Bill. Bill from Argos Creation says, "Why won't Ezra service all those poor incels?" He said he's a slut. He did.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Now,
Save a life.
I've been trying to look at this from my previous experience, right? This happen often. The military will give out internal memos and things to the individuals that are there all the time, right? Service members all the time get these things. Watch out for this. Watch out for that. They'll find a bar which has certain types of maybe illicit things or activities that have been known to happen, and they just sort of say, "Hey guys, don't visit this bar." It's so as I'm reading through the article, I'm noticing something though, as the quoted things, because I first am going to look at this from the perspective of what is the agenda of the article referring to? What's the agenda of mass media trying to push this article towards, right? But as I do that, I also look at the quotes that say individuals who are express frustration from perceived disadvantages to starting intimate relationships, and incel extremists idolize violent individuals like the Aurora movie theater shooting, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm reading out of that, though, isn't necessarily finger pointing at, which is what we've seen a lot of, conservative members, or like in the Comicsgate realm, right? The SJW world, the leftists try to make this incel thing supposed to be these conservative nerd and geek guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who can't seem to have a relationship with a woman. What I'm reading here, what I'm getting out of this is more of the other side of that coin. The leftist individuals, and why I say that is some of the more violent problems that have been happened recently, they've gone from being leftist extremists who don't like what's going on currently with the fact of who our president is, right? That frustration that's being acted out upon. And so with the military doing that, and they're leaving out whether or not they're left or right. They're using what I find odd is this term incel, which means this type of chicanery of gender junk and relationships is now affecting the military and these young people. And so what they normally are trying to do here is just say, hey, watch out in your social worlds, because it can compromise your ability to do your duty to America and your job.
Interesting. Well, you know what's going to come out of this, though, DeWolf? You know what's going to come out of it, right?
What is that?
This is going to be a major blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just going to draw more people to it, dude. The more nonsense they go, it's going to be huge. It's going to just break the office, dude.
And what they're saying is, you be aware. Make sure you've got an exit route. I mean, be aware of your surroundings. It's just basic preparedness and taking your security personal, which is what the military stresses to people all the time in foreign lands. Now they're just doing it here because of what's going on, because they just don't want to see anyone hurt. And if there is, what I find interesting is this little thing where they said no credible threat. I'm not sure if I believe that part, because the military does have, structures in place. They've got their own intelligence, factories, if you will, that are constantly looking out and looking things in the world and trying to find information that's going to lead them to help their service members. So I would say that there probably is that potential risk, which is what they say right there.
Well, they said credible threat. They said so. Yeah.
Yes. So if they've gone out there, scoured the interwebs and found out that there is some possibility of this happening, that even one person, see, here's the difference. It's just now am I going to preaching now?
Yeah.
The difference is when now we've got young people in schools who are saying, I want to do this or that, and they're putting it right on Facebook and Twitter and whatever else, and people are turning a blind eye. The military doesn't turn the blind eye. They give out the information and allow their service members the idea that they're thinking smart individuals and can take action necessary. That's why we have them in the Army or the Air Force or the Marines, and Coast Guard. So the reason, which is a good thing, right? The reason why they're there in the first place and they're service members. Of course, the rest of the world, the rest of the people, the rest of the big government wants to treat everybody like they're little brainless, morons, and the world is fine. Go about your business. Well, the military doesn't do that. They give you the information. You can make that determination for yourself, because we understand that we've trained you. You're a war fighter, and take care of yourself while you're out there doing your business and your personal relationships.
And just so you know, Gilly, DeWolf is Air Force, so that's where that's coming from. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for the service,
so, yeah, absolutely,
Thank you.
dude. Yes, other than his assassination stuff, which we don't talk about. So, all right, we could go on and on and on about this, but it's just more craziness, dude. It just seems like the world has just lost its damn mind, doesn't it? But anyway, we're gonna go back and talk about our Indiegogo here today, and of course this is Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, which is an awesome name, and we're gonna look at the perks. So you have a featured here, which is awesome, and it's called Headshot, and it's $70 or less than $70 actually, because it's 7,000 for me. This is in yen over here, so do apologize.
That's
cool.
I like seeing the difference, the yen differential. Nice.
Well, tell us about it, man. What do we get for our $70?
So the Grom was it the Headshot pack? You're basically gonna get my 2 other works that I have completed, which was Lair is a 66-page graphic novel, supernatural horror. It's kind of like Tales from the Crypt meets Twilight Zone with a little urban spin on it. And then Pistoleta, which is another one-shot, which is 30 pages. And this one will be like a magazine size, kind of like the con edition that I had at convention. So
that's cool.
It reads really well. Yeah, it's really big. It's like 8.5 by 11.5. And it just, I feel like a Western, the panoramic, that's sort of larger panels. So you're getting 3 completed books. That's over, man, you're getting close to 200, you're over 200 pages of comic book goodness right here.
That is cool, dude. And of course, you get the Grom and the digital version, as well as pinups and the MP3 theme song. Sweet.
He will be sending you that,
and it ships worldwide. Nice. All right. Yes. Oh, let's come down here. Of course, we have a digital edition for $15, and that's nice to see. There has been many conversations on this show with those who are against digital and those who are for digital, but we are for digital, so we're happy to see that, dude. So definitely, guys, that's a good price. You can pick up a 100-page book, dude. I mean, come on. And then, of course, we have the standard book, I'm assuming here, the printed book for $25. Yes?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Sweet. And you got 53 people who pick that up. Collector's edition. Why is it a collector's edition?
This one comes with a nice exclusive Jessica Rabbit capybara poster, right? And it comes with the MP3 theme song. We're going to be sending that, where you can upload, have your own personal copy instead of listening to it off YouTube, but then me chiming in afterwards. And if we do get like a stretch goal, whoever gets the collector's edition will actually make like a soundtrack. Draco the Shark will have his own theme, like every, because Alan really wants to do it. So if we can get it, whoever gets the collector edition, they'll get like a full soundtrack.
That's cool, dude. Yeah. That is cool. Yeah. And we got Preston from Pocket Jacks Comics in here. And he says he's a backer. Sweet, dude.
I appreciate all my backers, Preston. Thank you so much for your backing. It means a lot. All my backers. I can't do this without the backers. So it definitely means a lot, man.
And sweet. And we have, of course, the ubiquitous 2 signed books. Ooh.
The ubiquitous. Yeah, 2 printed books. All the books, guys, if we fund, every book will be signed. So that was just when my guy, he put it in. He just put 2 signed books, but everyone will be signed. Every book will be signed.
Awesome. That's a lot of work, but good on you, dude. Then we have a premium edition for $95. Interesting. Mm-hmm. Tell us about this one.
Yeah, this one, I think it should be 90. If it's reading 95, I gotta fix that. But this one, you get a T-shirt in addition to everything else. So we got our Galactic Rodents of Mayhem tee. I figure, get into a little bit of merch, offer a little something, and why not throw in a T-shirt, right?
Well, it's nice you have the T-shirt here in the header of the perk, but you should probably put it in the body of the over here as well. I didn't notice it. Maybe I just missed it.
Good point.
I am just guesstimating myself because I don't know what the Japanese yen rate is today. It could be up or down, right?
Guess. No, you're good, man. You're good.
But awesome. Then we come down here and we have of course, the brick and mortar perk here, so they can pick up 4 books. And then you have the team edition. Ooh, what's this, dude?
And this one, the edition of the shirt comes with also the hat that I was wearing in the video. So, I don't know if that'll be the final color. Maybe I'll mix it up. But if whoever gets that, you're going to get a shirt and you're going to get a hat.
That's cool. All right. Nice doing merchandising, I think. I love this little thing where you have this bug head, which I'm assuming is dark.
No, actually, to be honest, that's actually the capybara face logo from our Galactic Rodents of Mayhem cover.
Oh,
Like
it
it
is.
has like a little face logo. So he took that and he kind of like hollowed it out, but he put like a retro cover inserted within the
Oh,
outline.
I see. Well, it kind of
Yeah,
looks
but
like
it
a
could look like a
mantis or
bug. Yeah, with
something.
the it kind of look. Yeah. Dark Raider, he's we got fully anthropomorphic, but he has a bear skull. He wears like a bear skull, so no one knows the animal underneath.
Oh, I see. I see. I see.
Yeah.
And it says
We need
create.
to see him.
I know,
You got to see him, yeah.
I'm gonna talk to Sebastian today. Yeah, for sure.
Create your anthro character for $200. Oof! You get to be in the book.
Yeah, so here's like, since we're gonna have a lot of real estate and a lot of room for just adding extra anthropomorphic characters, whoever wants to see an animal in the book, your animal, like whatever. I got one person that backed it, they want to see a guinea pig. So we'll have that. I mean, a pangolin, I don't know, figure an animal you want to see. And we'll work it in. And you also get a black and white sketch from Sebastian doing your animal.
That's cool.
Your anthropomorphic creation. Yeah. So you'll see, it'll be like an Easter egg. You got to find where it'll show in the book. But you also get a sketch out of it with all the other additions.
Well, that's cool, guys. If I back this, we could have a Buster Bear. That'd be awesome.
No.
Yes. Always
He
yes.
will. He'll just tell us how he looks, what he's wearing, and we'll fit him in.
Now we have the exclusive edition for $250. What is this? What is this one here?
So this one, instead of what you'll get with the additional here, will be a signed original art page. So basically, Sebastian's kind of working digital, but he's penciling digital, he's inking digital, but we're going to have select pages where he's going to give me the original art page, and those are up for grabs. And it's going to be signed by him and myself, and they're going to be pretty nice pages.
Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Doing my animal, you say, Bullet. Uh-oh. A Buster Bear. Yeah, dude. That's right, Zach. A Buster Bear. A director's cut. What's this, dude? That's $400. What's that?
Yeah, so here we'll have you're gonna have a cat, like a character sketch. So basically, if you want a Captain America sketch, you want a Batman sketch, whatever, Sebastian will hand draw it, hand color it, and send it to me in this huge. I'm gonna say it's huge. I can't remember the dimensions. It's almost kind of like 11/17, maybe a bit bigger. And he does it out. So you're gonna be getting that signed, and as well as the script. I have the script. I'm going to print out the script, and I'm going to add commentary from me and Sebastian on our thoughts and stuff throughout the page. So you have a signed script, so you can see how it went from the page, because there's a lot of things that don't, there's a lot that goes with the comic making process. So I just figured that'd be cool. You get a sketch and then a script.
Well, that's a pretty good deal. That's Mike Miller rate right there. Plus, you get all the stuff, which is nice.
Yes, you're getting all that. Yeah.
Yeah. We have Director's Cut Limited for $500. What's adding to this one?
And this one, you're getting an art page in addition to your character sketch and the signed script. So it's going to be one really cool looking art page. So you're just going to get another original signed art page, but this one is in addition to your character sketch, which Sebastian does some nice character sketches. I posted some shots on Twitter. Someone did a Dr. Octopus. I didn't even want to let that one go. That's how nice it was. He did a lot of good stuff. So yeah, you'll get that and an original art page from the story.
Well, that is very cool. But this last one, that is an interesting one. For $1,000, you get a character, a reoccurring character. Wow.
Yeah. So originally, I have Galactic Rodents of Mayhem planned as 3 volumes. If I could, hopefully we can get that done. So there's a lot of story to be told. And I figure what would make it cool, like if I have someone obviously has the financial resources and are invested in our story, and they believe, hey, we're going to fund, they're going to have a character that's literally going to be a mainstay character, a villain, a rogue, or is it a part of the Capybara trio? I'm going to go through making it happen. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had Casey Jones, right? They had April O'Neil. Everyone has their somebody. So whoever that character backs, if it gets backed and they want it to be a villain, they want it to be, whatever, we'll make it happen. And the animal too. You're making the animal, so forget it. It's up to the imagination here.
A reoccurring Buster Bear. That's just a great idea.
Yeah, he'll be Buster Bear will be let's just say if it gets to that point, right? Or if he would literally be in volume 2 and in volume 3, and he'll be an integral piece of our team.
I might have to do it just to irk DeWolf.
No, I'm good.
He's good. All right then. Well, that takes all the way incentive away. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. I definitely got to jump because I have to go prepare for the Drone Quarter, of course. But this is a great looking project we got here, guys, and they got 22 days left. They're already $6,000 in. So definitely get over there and check this out. Do keep in mind if you don't feel this is for you, you want to back it even at the digital level. Of course, one of the things you should definitely do is hit the share button on the Facebook and the Twitter there, and let all your community know so they can come check it out. That's one way you can help. More eyes, the better, right? And definitely thank you very much.
Appreciated.
Oh, absolutely, dude. And it's a great looking project. We love to support good work, man. And thank you very much for coming on, Gilly. It's like I said, it's great to see good work, dude. And it sounds like you've been doing good work for quite a while here. It's not a new thing. But nevertheless, thank you very much, Tank Ferret, for coming. Thank you, Todd, George, and of course, DeWolf.
George, what's up, George?
Is George actually here?
He is. I think he's sleeping in his soup, but it's
George.
all right.
Good to see you, George. Good to see you, George.
Likewise. Right back at you.
Yes, sir.
But thank you guys in the chat as well. We appreciate you guys. Love you guys coming in here every day and being part of what we're doing. Even John Dillard. Even John Dillard, we appreciate. It's hard, but we. But nevertheless, it is time to get out of here, guys. I do have to go and do my thing for the Drone Recorder Fan Edition, which is coming on in about 48 minutes. We do hope you guys come over and be part of that. This is our 1-year anniversary of course, Pixel Traders Drone Recorder Fan Edition. So definitely be part of that. And of course, we also want to see you guys draw along as well, which is awesome. But other than that, Dinale, take us out of here, man.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us for Comics News Today. Join us at less than an hour from now for the Drone Quarter Fan Edition, where we'll be drawing Big Trouble in Little China. I believe that is the theme for tonight's show. Join us to Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tomorrow's our day off. If you have anything, if you want to be on, just check us out. The links are in the description below. You join our FanSpeak page. It's growing every time, and I'm happy about that. And subscribe and like and interact with us. We read all the comics and we enjoy the interaction. Join the Immortal Mass newsletter at dinalescomics@gmail.com. Just send me an email saying I want to be in the newsletter, and you'll be on the newsletter. But as always, your perception shapes your reality, so always make it a good one.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Good night.
Later, everybody.
All right, later. Thank you for having me.